There we go. Okie dokie. Right. Today we have the lovely Jess Pilgrim from Viking Security Screens here on the Gulf.
Hey,
How are you, Jess?
good. Thank you. And yourself, Craig?
Good. Thanks. Good. Thanks for being here today. Okay. So, firstly, let's just a little bit muddled up here. A little bit about your business. What is Viking Security Screens, and what are you all about?
So, I guess in a nutshell, Viking security screens, we focus on all things security screens. So, security doors, security window screens. We also do plantation shutters, security film, and window tinting. So, a few bits and pieces there. We do have our main focus is high quality. So, we use only the high quality products. Chris, my business partner, has spent many years researching and working in the industry just to source nothing but the highest quality.
Yep. No, cool, cool. So I think there's a lot of cheap Chinese stuff out there on the market that people use. So, and yeah,
Well, I
cheap is
think
not always better, but
Chris, Chris having a bit of a background in the industry, so he had worked, with security screens for years with some of the highest manufacturers out there. And I think his main issue was the quality of the products themselves. So people are charging high amounts for a lower quality product,
yeah,
which he more so wanted to have the focus on. If you're providing security, you want to provide a high quality product that's not only going to perform, but also last.
yep. No, cool, cool. All right. So, where are you guys based? I
So
know,
we
but
are based in Ormo, so I guess northern end of the Gold Coast. We've got an office down there, also a depot. So we generally don't take walk-in appointments. How we would work is you get in touch with us and we organise for our security specialist to come out and see you in your home.
that's sweet as. So, being on the Gold Coast, what's your area of coverage? So, just for
So
people that don't
generally,
know.
I would say Gold Coast through to southern Brisbane. Now it gets a little tricky when we work down the southern end of the Gold Coast. So as an example, we generally wouldn't go as far as say Robina. But if we do have referrals from existing clients, then potentially we would look at completing the work for them. So it really just depends, I guess, on the job that you have for us, who you've been referred to by, and what your suburb is. But generally, we would say Gold Coast through to Logan and south of Brisbane.
Cool. So, for everyone on the Gold Coast, that's perfect. All
Yes.
right. Now, how long have you guys been in business?
So Chris actually started the business about 4 years ago. It's probably our third year in the office here at Ormo. So he started it on his own, kind of got things working, started quite small.
Yep.
We just kind of grew quite quickly, and then I needed to
Yep.
kind of step in and give him a hand, and we
Yep.
then, organized the office and whatnot. So I'd say about 4 years all up.
Yep. So yeah, I don't know if we actually covered this part. So you're just basically a small family business,
Yes.
and you've got a couple of extra people who work there. So you're only a small business, but you're local and
Yeah.
family. Yeah.
Yeah, so we are quite small, very family orientated. So myself and Chris oversee the business.
Yep.
We do also then have an installation tech that is a family member, and then another installation tech on the side.
Cool. Cool. Oh, very good. Um, is this the first time either of you have been in business? Like with Viking, was that
Um,
the first business or?
Yeah, so this is the first business that we had started. We do have a couple of other running on the side, but this, I guess is our main focus and our main business, for bringing in income and whatnot. But Chris actually started 4 years ago doing some affiliate marketing, completed a marketing course, which then in turn, I guess, helped him start the business to begin with.
Yeah, fair enough. Cool. So you've had a bit of experience prior to this to being in business. So yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's good. Very good. All right. So that's a bit about the business. Now, just some other little questions. Throw some random ones in here. Um, I'd be surprised if there was a no to answer to this one because I think everyone's been through it. But have there ever been times or moments where either of you felt like just throwing in the towel?
Can I be completely honest? All the
Yep.
time. All
Yep.
the time we question whether or not it's worth it, whether we're doing the right thing, whether we're making the right decisions. Because, I guess when starting small business, generally you come into it not knowing the full extent of everything that you have to do and everything that runs in the background. Coming from both being employed by, you know, quite large employers, everything in the background was kind of done for us and we were just completing jobs. Whereas now a lot of our work tends to follow us home as well. So yes, all of the time we're like, oh my God, I don't want to do this anymore. But my main thing that keeps us going is the flexibility with the kids. So as an example, I was always working an 8 till 4 job that, you would always be stuck back at. I'd be dropping the kids off at daycare when it was dark in the morning, going to work, working extra hours for no extra money, and then coming home and picking them up when it was dark. Still having to organize dinner and whatnot. Whereas now, and I never thought that I would be in this position if you asked me 5 years ago, now I get to drop my kids off at school, go to work, get my stuff done. I get to go back and pick them up from school and get home and get everything done, I guess, more my pace rather than everything rushed at the end of the day, which I don't think I could go back just because of that flexibility.
No, that's right. That's it. So it's, in a nutshell, being a business owner, it's not an easy road,
Definitely
but
not.
but it is rewarding.
It is so
Are for it. Yeah. There's like I've come across a few people. Oh, I'd love to own a business. Yeah, just so much cruisier, and I think,
no.
little do you know. But some people just believe it's so much easier and life's just cruisy when you own your business, but there's just so much more to it. So
I will even say we do have, friends and family that have perhaps watched our journey, but from a distance. There have been comments made here and there about, oh, you guys have got it so easy and you're doing so well. And like Chris and I will joke about that and say, you don't see when we're sitting up at night, 10 o'clock at night trying to work through issues, or we've had delays with manufacturers, or such and such hasn't paid their bill, or, little issues that somebody that doesn't run a business would never have to think about.
that's right. I personally, I love it when I hear people say, "Oh, thank God it's Friday," and I just turn around and say, "Is it Friday
Is
already?"
it?
Like they look at me and I say, "Yeah, well, every day's the same in
Yeah.
business. Every day's Friday, every day's Monday, every day's it." So there's no rest really, is there?
No.
So, um, well, this next question, you pretty much, I guess, answered part of it with the previous one, but
Okay.
so what keeps you passionate and driven with being, with your business every day?
So as I said, flexibility with the kids, definitely my main driver. The other thing is, and I've only really recently come across this. So when I was working, I guess, other jobs or whatnot, I was passionate about my job and, my focus was on my career or whatnot. Then, going into business, I was really excited about it at the start. We were doing this, we were doing that. It was all new and exciting. And I've now got to a point where, yes, the business is doing well. I'm enjoying myself still. I come into work every day. And don't get me wrong, there's no focus on closing the business or anything like that. But I feel within myself, perhaps I've lost that drive and that excitement. So constantly looking for something new and exciting to take on is something that really drives me as well. So, finding, new ways to improve on the business, new ways to improve on marketing, I guess new systems to put in place and
Yeah.
whatnot also excites me and drives me. And I guess one thing to keep in mind is to always be searching for something to keep your passion going as well. You don't want to be stuck into doing business and, as I said, 4 years in and be like, oh, you know what I mean? You got to consistently keep pushing yourself to improve things and keep yourself happy and enjoying yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. No, I love that. I love that sort of aspect of it, your whole thought process on that. That's
I
awesome.
will say it wasn't until both of the kids, like the younger girls, they're both now in school,
Yep.
and the youngest had only started school this year. So it really
Yep.
wasn't until this year I was like, oh, what am I doing with myself? I don't need me anymore.
Yeah. No, that's it. The independence kicks in from them. Yeah.
And the attitude.
Oh, oh yeah. No, that's it. Um, okay, so all right, probably going to be the same sort of answer. We'll skip that one, I think. How have you managed to how have you managed to maintain motivation on the business journey?
You have no
Did you have
choice. So,
because we all,
as I said, back to you've got to be driven. You've got to want to achieve things and want to improve
yep,
things. And
yep,
even I work on things. Sorry, there's a motorbike outside. I work on things outside of the business as well. So as I said, we do have a couple of other, little things running on the side. As an
yep,
example, I do also have a bit of a clothing brand going,
yep,
focusing on all things hustle and motivation. So even just
yep,
finding those little things that you can do in your free time or on the side, it's, you know,
yep,
just always learning is a great way
yep,
to keep yourself motivated. I find the more that I learn and learning new things gets me excited to then implement them,
yep.
which keeps me excited about the business.
Yeah, cool. No, that's the go. Very good. Um, all right.
Sorry if I've answered all of your questions.
No, that's I'm just looking at them actually because I think I need to redo some of these questions because they could all come back to the same sort of answer. Rightio. So okay, looking back, is there anything that you would have done different so far on this journey?
I would say myself personally, so Chris obviously had done an affiliative marketing course that
Yep.
gave him quite a bit of, I guess, background information
Yep.
and started him on his self-development journey. I would say if I could look back and start again, I would start my self-development journey so much earlier. So
Yep.
educating yourself, reading, learning more about yourself and dealing, I guess, with your
Yep.
demons and whatnot as well.
Yep.
That I would have started a long time ago, especially before getting into business.
Yep.
And also, I probably would have, I guess, educated myself a little bit more before, taking the leap and jumping in, as in we've had to just learn everything as we've gone, if that makes sense. So,
Yep.
perhaps investing in a course or, even when you're working in 9 to 5,
Yep.
perhaps learning stuff on the side to set yourself up for that transition rather than, hey,
Yep.
I just quit my job and now I'm moving into my
Yeah.
business, if that makes sense. So, yeah,
Yeah.
I probably would have educated myself a little bit better before
Yep.
taking that leap. But at the same time, I don't regret anything. We're doing quite well and I'm very
Yep.
happy with our decisions so far.
No, that's the go. No, very good. Very good. Have you ever had, or do you have, or have used a coach or a mentor on your business
Um,
journey?
Not on the business side of things, no.
Yep.
I think we've kind of just worked together
Yep.
and, tried to focus and build together.
Yep.
It's probably something we probably should have done in the
Yep.
beginning. I think it would have made things a lot easier to have a bit
Yep.
of a clearer direction on,
Yep.
we were never in business before this. So
Yep.
having somebody to lean on that potentially is or was in business to guide
Yep.
us through would have been
Yep.
fantastic.
Yeah. No, that's it. So you can see value in, like you've seen other
Yeah,
people obviously
definitely.
use. Yeah.
Yeah, I
So,
have personally even used like a guidance coach, like someone to keep me personally
yeah.
accountable for um my direction and what
Yeah.
I want to be doing in my life.
Yep.
So outside of the business, they
Yeah.
would organize one-on-one calls and whatnot to help like
Yep.
hold myself accountable. So there are no
Yeah.
excuses for not getting stuff
Yeah.
done or not living the life that you want to live,
No,
which
that's
I
it.
found quite helpful.
Yeah. No, that's it. And that's what they're all about. That's what coaches are all about. Help. Well, one of the main, yeah, holding you accountable, keeping you accountable. So,
Yeah, and it's very
uh,
necessary when in business, I believe.
yeah, no, that's it. No, definitely. Um, just from all right. So, any in the when it comes to like marketing your business, have you come across any areas of struggle?
In the beginning, yes. I
Yep.
feel more so, I guess, like I've taught I'm self-taught, so I do all of our marketing across each
Yep.
of the businesses. And I feel like, I have quite a good understanding of how social media works, how
Yep.
everything online works and whatnot. I think our main struggle, particularly in the beginning, was finding the right audience. So
Yep.
as in you can target everybody you like,
Yep.
as an example for security screens, you can target all homeowners, all people doing renovations, that type of thing, but you still need to be finding the right client. So as an example, our particular ideal client wouldn't be somebody that's looking for the cheapest product because we don't have the cheapest product out there. As I said, we do focus in the highest quality. So, with that and, quality installation, with that comes a higher price tag. So I'm not saying that we're only focusing on people that want to spend that extra money, but we definitely don't want to be focusing on people that are price orientated.
No,
So
that's right.
that has taken quite a bit to learn and I guess quite a
Yeah.
bit to master. But in the very beginning, that was quite difficult.
No, that's it. So on that marketing side, so what's your main area of marketing? Like what's your main sort of way of marketing? Like social media, website,
Definitely
what
social media.
yeah,
So I've recently in another venture delved into TikTok,
yep,
which I feel can be quite amazing. But in saying that, I feel with I guess this service based business, it's not really working for me in the security
no,
screen industry. So I'm not using that currently for security screens, but more
yep,
so Facebook.
yep,
Absolutely everybody is on Facebook. Like I don't care if you're 60 years old, you're on Facebook.
yep,
Like kids are 14, 15 on Facebook. So majority of our marketing comes from Facebook. And I will say a lot of, yes, we do use paid advertising, but a
yep,
lot of it comes from, the free stuff as well. Um,
yep.
you just have to learn.
Yep. No, that's all right. You just frozen there for a sec, but I can still hear you. All right. So what would you say if a business he's like hit and miss with social media? Would you recommend that they get more involved in social media as a way of marketing?
Definitely. Look, I'm
Yep.
not too sure what's happening with my camera. I'm so sorry. It
No,
might be an issue with the internet. But definitely, I would recommend investing, particularly with a business like yourself, to help with the marketing and get your head around, where you should be posting or who your target audience is or whatnot. Just getting a little bit more advice if you're unsure, because
yep.
especially in the beginning, I'm doing paid advertising. You don't want to be spending hundreds of dollars and bringing
No,
in the wrong clientele.
no, that's right. That's exactly right. So, all right. Well, I think we might wrap it up there because most of my questions, I've got to, as I said, you've answered a lot of them, which is
I
awesome.
like to talk. I'm so sorry
No,
about my camera issues. I don't know what's
no,
going
no,
on.
that's all right. That's all right. I can still hear you, so that's fine. That's fine. Your picture's still on the screen, so and I can still hear you. That's great. That's fine. So, all right. Well, we might wrap it up there. So thank you very, very much for making yourself available and taking the time for this. We really appreciate that. And yeah, I'm sure people will get some value out of your your train of thought and your way of getting through things.
Perfect. And that's what I want as well. And if anybody, is, I guess, looking to connect with, other small business owners, I'm always, looking for other people to connect with like-minded people and whatnot. So if
Yeah,
anybody does want to get in touch, feel free to reach out either via, email, Facebook, anything like that. I'm always open to, I guess, a bit of back and forth about business.
that's it. No, that's the way to be too. That's awesome. All right. Well, thanks very much for that, Jess. So, if anyone on the Gold Coast is chasing some top quality security for their homes or business, by all means, definitely reach out to Jess at Viking Security Screens, and you'll find her on Facebook. And we will put the links for your socials in these posts so people can actually then see them and find them.
Sure.
So,
Beautiful. Thanks so much, Craig. Thanks for your
all
time.
right. No worries. Thank you very much for that, Jess. Appreciate it.
No worries. See you guys.